Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg.
You have called the greatest Duke freshman ever. Really, this young man's thing, Jay. He's gifted in isolation.
Look at Moses Moody.
The 2025 NBA Draft just shook the league to its core. Trades, slides, surprise steals, and some flat-out weird decisions. Today, we're breaking down the biggest winners, the biggest losers, and the draft picks that could define the next decade of basketball. Buckle up, this one's wild. Let's get into it. And remember, the draft isn't just about where players get picked. It's about fit, future flexibility, and long-term impact. A franchise can change its entire identity in a single night. And this year, some teams made magic. Others, well, they'll be explaining these picks for years. Section 1, San Antonio Spurs, Draft Night Masterclass. Let's start with the clear winner, the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs walked into the draft with 2 lottery picks, and somehow, they walked out with even more optimism than expected. They drafted Dylan Harper, ranked number 2 on many draft boards.
With the second pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Dylan Harper from Rutgers University.
Really good footwork, but when he gets into any sort of screen roll,
without overthinking the fit. Despite already having guards like Castle and Fox, they took the best talent available. And it's a good thing they did. Harper's size, IQ, and ability to play on or off the ball make him a perfect piece alongside Wembanyama. Then, at pick 14, Carter Bryant fell right into their lap.
The San Antonio Spurs select Carter Bryant.
Another city at the top of the impact.
A low-usage, high-impact wing from Arizona, Bryant fits beautifully into the Spurs ecosystem. Defensive upside, elite athleticism, and no ego. Exactly how great franchises stay ahead. They don't draft based on short-term needs. They build around talent and identity. Harper brings toughness, scoring, and vision. Bryant adds glue guy potential. Together, they deepen the foundation of what could be the NBA's next great dynasty. Section 2, Phoenix Suns, Redemption Arc. Let's talk about the Suns. Yes, those Suns. The ones roasted for trading for KD and Bradley Beal. Guess what? They finally did something right. At number 10, they grabbed Kaman Malik, a top 5 talent who somehow fell.
And he became just a tremendous presence at the rim.
And then, they pulled off a trade for Mark Williams, a double-double machine with elite rim protection. 2 centers, 1 draft. For a team that's been starving for size and rim gravity, this is a godsend. Booker's about to have the spacing and screens he's needed since 2021. Malik, especially, has the tools to become a long-term anchor. Props to Phoenix. We didn't think they had it in them. This wasn't just about making picks. It was about making sense for once. After years of building a top-heavy, aging roster, Phoenix finally invested in youth, defense, and interior strength. If they commit to developing these bigs, they've just extended their competitive window by another 5 years. Section 3, the forgotten position. Centers still undervalued. Now for the loser that's not a player or a team, it's the entire center position. This draft proved again that NBA teams just don't value bigs the way they should. Malawa slid to 10, Danny Wolf to 27, Derek Queen, a top 3 player on many boards, didn't even crack the top 12. Teams continue to treat centers like they can be grabbed off the waiver wire, but history says otherwise. Look at Jokic, Embiid, even Bam. Great teams need great bigs. The league is overthinking it, and eventually it'll cost them. We've seen it time and again. Elite bigs swing playoff series. Yet year after year, the draft market undervalues them, unless they shoot threes or play like guards. This year's crop of centers might be the most disrespected we've seen in a decade, but that also makes them some of the biggest value picks. Section 4, Jace Richardson, a steal that hurt. Next up, Jace Richardson, the steal that still stings. He went number 25 to Orlando. And don't get it twisted, that's a phenomenal pick, but he fell way too far due to his combine measurements. We're talking about a guard with NBA pedigree, poise, and scoring pop. The league once again let a good player drop for superficial reasons. Orlando won, but Jace deserved better. It's another reminder that numbers don't tell the whole story. Jace's game tape screamed top 15 talent. His court awareness, feel for pace, and natural scoring instincts should have gotten him more respect. In a few years, this could be one of those how do we miss him stories. Section 5, 4-way winner segment. Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, and Toronto. Let's call this our quadruple win segment. 4 teams, all with very different strategies, came out on top. Dallas Mavericks, no surprise here. They landed Cooper Flagg #1 overall, a generational prospect, a Luka successor, a full reset in one draft night. Massive W. Atlanta Hawks got Porzingis early in the week, then traded down from 13, picked up A.A. Newell at 23, and snagged a future first. Smart asset play for a team that needs flexibility in shooting. Miami Heat. At number 20, they got Casper Yakonis, a top 10 guy on some boards. Sure, he's raw, but with Eric Spoelstra's system, he could thrive as a DHO engine next to Bam. Toronto Raptors snag Colin Murray-Boyles, one of the best defenders in the draft. He's a jumper away from being elite. Toronto continues to quietly build a defense-first monster. What links these teams together isn't just value, it's clarity of purpose. Each organization stuck to its identity. Section 6, Derek Queen and the Pelicans' risk. Here's where things get complicated. The Pelicans moved up to get Derek Queen, and while the talent is undeniable, the trade package was aggressive. Queen ranked number 3 on the creators board, so the value was there. But jumping from number 23 to number 13 cost them a lot. For a franchise trying to balance youth and contending, that move might age poorly. It's a classic swing for the fences move, but they better pray it connects. If Queen becomes a franchise-changing big, no one would care what they gave up. But if he struggles to stay healthy or doesn't crack the starting lineup soon, the Pelicans could be left without future picks and no clear direction. High ceiling, high risk. New Orleans better be right. Section 7, Brooklyn Nets. Draft strategy gone sideways. On the flip side, Brooklyn, we have a problem. 2 first-round picks, 2 questionable fits. They took Jaguar Damon at number 8 and Nolan Traore at number 19. Both playmakers who can't shoot. That's a nightmare in today's NBA. The Nets are banking on playmaking and size, but if defenses just sag off both guards, this offense could crater. They did redeem themselves a bit with Drake Powell and Danny Wolf later on, but the top half of their draft, rough. The Nets seem to be betting on a vision. A team full of pass-first guys who play fast, defend hard, and share the ball. But vision means nothing if the floor spacing is broken. Unless these guys develop jumpers fast, Brooklyn might be back in the lottery next year. Section 8, Phoenix's trade web revisited. Let's double back quickly to the Suns, because this draft was about more than just picks. Remember that Kevin Durant trade? The Suns essentially turned it into Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Kaman Malawat. Not exactly KD, but for a team that needed youth and depth, it's a respectable return. It's the first time in a while Phoenix looks like it's playing chess instead of checkers. It's a rare case of a team hitting reset without tanking. Instead of clinging to a declining star core, the Suns cut bait and restocked the cupboard. If their player development clicks, this could be a sustainable, gritty playoff team for years to come. Section 9, Trends that matter. Wings over bigs. Here's the trend no one can ignore. The shift away from bigs and towards versatile wings and playmakers. Almost every team favored positional flexibility over size. The result? Talented bigs fell, while hybrid guards with questionable defense soared. It's a league-wide pattern, but some teams like the Spurs and Suns might have just broken the cycle. It's the small ball era all over again, until one big man-led team wins a title and swings the pendulum back. Smart franchises know talent is talent. Fit matters, but undervaluing size has become a blind spot that's too consistent to ignore. Outro. Final thoughts and fan appreciation. At the end of the day, the biggest winner? Us. This draft was chaotic, dramatic, and full of surprises. Whether you're celebrating Cooper Flagg, crushing your team's picks, or Googling who your front office just drafted, you were locked in. And that's what makes draft season special. Drop your takes in the comment. Who did your team grab? Who did they miss? What trade made you scream at your TV? Subscribe for more draft and off-season breakdowns. And we'll see you next time on Utility Sports. And hey, if your team fumbled the bag this year, don't panic. Some of the best players in the league weren't lottery picks. The real game starts now. In development, fit, and hustle. Draft night is just a prologue. Let's see who writes the real story.